Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm finally back with the devlog, and in this one we get to see our character get to move. People have been asking for this since day one. Hey, the exploring's not that fun. Finally, the technology is here. I gotta say, I was a little worried about working on a new thing, something I've never done before, and whenever you work on new things, things just start to break. The trees were moving faster than the ground, so I had to use advanced calculus, linear algebra. I had to write so much new code. Yep, that was a pretty hard fix. I had to write a lot of code. I've never seen that before. And oh, the sun is shining, everything is going great. Did I show you guys? I also added new lore in the game. So now you can see item descriptions whenever you click on an item. And
12 seconds later.
I was looking into collision shapes because I was having this weird issue where I was getting stuck on player's collision with the object's collision, working through different options, and I just couldn't figure it out. The tree is going to be an object that gives the players resources, and I haven't quite figured out how I want to acquire the said resources. Maybe the player needs to stay within the tree's area for a certain amount of time. Maybe the player has to press an action button and chop down the tree. Whichever it is, if the player hasn't acquired the tree by the time the tree reaches the end, then maybe I just remove the collision and remove the problem. Copy and paste didn't just work for the player character. I needed to change the player animation speed, which is done by the speed scale usually inside the animation player, but because I was using the animation tree, I had to learn something different. If you've seen my player character movement tutorial, you would know that this right side would be run right, this animation right here. But instead of that, I actually use blend tree. So if I were to click this and open the editor inside the blend tree, you can do something like this, where you can select your animation, then you give it a timescale, and then you connect it to your output. And we just had our first Steam playtest. A bunch of the people from the community were playing the game, and so because of that, I was able to make a tier list from their feedback. The tier list looks something like this. It's the strongest final bosses ever in the history of games. Well, my game has a bunch of bosses. So let's first of all rate Sephiroth. He's an angel boy. He's not that great. Rank D. And then there's this little bug dude. It's the Firefly. It's really hard to find. Too hard to find, enragingly hard to find. Most people will not be able to find this bug. It will make you quit the game. And then of course the most serious, the strongest final boss ever in the history of games is this inanimate object, the magnifying glass. No one knows what to do with this. Like most developers, I spend a lot of time fixing things that are broken in the game, but sometimes I have to fix things that are not necessarily broken as well. In this case, the book, no one really knows what to do with it, and so if you have identifiable items in your backpack, then the book will start glowing, at least telling you, prompting you that hey, you should maybe check it out. And if you so care to look at this, then there will also be a glow and a hover on the magnifying glass now to maybe be like, yo, I can do this. Yeah, the Firefly is hard to find, right? So this is what I had to do. Now when you get to explore, this will automatically open up for you, showing you that hey, these are the items you can potentially find in a given area. And I haven't worked all the way through the user experience yet, but basically you can cycle through each different time of day, which I like to call vibe, and you can see what you found, what you haven't found, and all I have to do now is direct player so that they actually explore these different buttons. They're a little bit hard to see right now, I think, but this is in the game for people to see and look. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. This took about 4 times longer than I expected it to take, and I wasn't able to get to the point that I initially wanted to, sharing all the little updates that I made to the game, but it just took so long. Hopefully you guys can understand. I wanted to do a little bit more with the outro as well, but I wasn't able to just finish it. I need to get back onto working on the game, so hopefully this was a nice little break from all the tutorials that you guys had to put up with. Thank you guys for watching again and supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. 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 Hello? The slime's mouth wasn't moving? Oh my god.